Namaste, beautiful humans out there in the Interverse, in the ether. My name is Treille. This channel is Experiential Energy Anatomy. And today's video offering is going to be another vlog post, another deep dive word vomit about what is the true nature of the twin flame connection. So I'm just burning some sacred copal to open up our throat chakra. We're going to discuss the mysteries today. Yeah, girl. So, as someone who offers tarot readings online, in particular twin flame tarot readings, for September I just did a reading for each astrological sign. Check out my channel. But there is a lot of, I feel, misconceptions and misunderstandings about what is the true nature of the twin flame. So that is my intention today with recording this little word vomit blog. And these are just my personal thoughts and opinions as one tarot reader, as one individual, as just, one person who has experienced this energy in various ways throughout my incarnation in this current form. So, with all that being prefaced, if the mystery of the twin flame is something that interests you, welcome. Okay, so, I recently had a friend who emailed me, and she actually watched one of my twin flame readings. She's told me that she was not familiar with the concept of the twin flame and that she needed me to explain it for her. So I thought, oh wow, I guess not everyone is familiar with this theme, so let's record a word vomit blog. Because if you YouTube twin flame, not only will you find various tarot readings about the twin flame journey, you will also find, I feel, examples of a lot of misguided young people in toxic codependent relationships claiming to be in twin flame relationships and offering specifically channels and video content about what it is like to be in a twin flame connection, right? These are the signs that you're in a twin flame connection, so on and so forth. Sorry, I'm not sorry, but no. Just no. That'd be a strong no from Peanut Gallery here. Okay, so people, those young, misguided people that are making those YouTube videos, those twin flame channels, it is, like I said, based in toxic codependency for the following reasons. It's based off of couple goal culture. Oh, look at us. We're the perfect couple. We're so in love. Do everything we say in order to find your twin flame as soon as possible. And while you're at it, subscribe. That way we can get our monthly income. It's just like the same type of low-key, subtle psychology that is preying on people's loneliness. I just feel begs the question of what is the truth versus illusion when the cameras are off in the relationship. And second, given the true nature of the twin flame connection, in my opinion, how can you understand your soul contract? That's a phrase we're going to throw out here. How can you understand your soul contract with another soul, your potential twin, based off of someone else's experience, right? And especially an experience which, again, is based on what? Toxic codependency. A true twin flame does not exist to be your spouse, first off. Why do they call it a flame? Girl, because when you try and touch that flame, you get burned. Like, a true twin flame connection is, again, not look at us. We're the perfect couple. We're so in love. Selfie for our Instagram feed. And then 2 months later, they're broken up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, a true twin flame is a soul that has come back around in your life because in a past life, in a past incarnation, you did not learn a deep, spiritual, often painful lesson with that soul. And that's why they're coming back around in this incarnation. So that person does not exist to be your spouse. That person actually probably exists to teach you how to work on your jealousy, to work on dependency issues, to work on attachment issues. Because they call it a flame because it's fiery, and I'm going to really talk about Kundalini energy here. Okay? Now, if you're still with us, thank you so much. If this is too deep for you, again, sorry, I'm not sorry. We're discussing the mysteries here. And Kundalini energy is definitely a mystery. And I feel it's inherently related to the twin flame experience. But I just wanted to say one more thing about toxic codependency, okay, before we discuss Kundalini, because it is related and important. Based off of social programming, in most cultures on this planet, right, most people that are programmed into associating masculine energy or the divine masculine with the physical male sex, and associating the divine feminine energy or femininity with the physical female sex. That's the first major block when it comes to understanding the twin flame energy, and that it's misdirection to associate, again, masculinity only with men and femininity only with women. Because gender is of no consequence when it comes to understanding energy. And most people, because of patriarchal programming, have been, again, since birth, put into a very specific gender cage. Most people's entire life is controlled by a gender cage, thought programmings, thought patterns, beliefs, and they're not even aware of it. And their whole life arc is controlled by that cage. And so therefore, one of the biggest misunderstandings about the twin flame relationship is that energy, like I said, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, has nothing to do with genitalia. And therefore, most humans either seek what they label the masculine outside of themselves and another person, or they seek what we label the feminine outside of themselves and another person. Because you have been programmed, again, since birth, to believe that you are inherently lacking one or the other, and therefore you need to physically attach yourself in a toxic codependent relationship to someone who you feel embodies the energy you are lacking. Now, this leads me to another topic that we'll discuss later, which is you really are, I feel, at the end of the day, your own true twin flame. Okay? It is your task incarnating as a human on this planet to balance your yin and your yang, your masculine, your feminine, your right and left hemispheres of the brain, right? And that's what I feel the ultimate truth is, okay, about the twin flame. Like, you are your own twin flame, okay? But we still experience this energy, like I said, via Kundalini. So, what is Kundalini energy? Kundalini energy, if you study Tantra, if you study yogic sciences, it's symbolized as a great serpent. And it's very interesting to me that ayahuasca is also symbolized as a serpent, because I feel that these are similar high frequencies of energy. And Kundalini is said to be a divine metaphysical energy of the earth, of Pachamama. And therefore it is inherently dualistic. It is inherently what we label masculine and feminine, light and dark, electromagnetic, bitter, sweet. Okay? And when your Kundalini is activated by someone else, people often associate that experience with the twin flame energy because it's inherently sexual. It's fiery, it's passionate. But because of, again, it's a spiritual energy, that person who activates you represents a spiritual test. And ancient cultures that worked with Kundalini, who initiated people, the high-level initiates, who practiced energetic work with Kundalini, they were trained to understand, how does this energy manifest? Okay, how is this energy grounding down on this physical realm and the earth plane? Okay, and I think one thing to say, people often, I think, misconfuse a heart-based soulmate connection with a twin flame. In my opinion, a heart-based soulmate connection is based off of the energetic principle of like attracts like. But Kundalini, like I said, is inherently dualistic. So it's based off of the principle of the perceived opposites attract. Okay, it's that magnetic sexual attraction that you feel towards someone. Like, that's how you know when someone is activating your Kundalini. But it's, like I said, it's always a spiritual test, because I feel that when the twin flame energy is manifesting between two lovers, and I feel that in the tarot, right, there are 3 cards that represent the manifestation of this energy: the lovers, the devil, and the magician. And when 2 people are invited, the lovers, into experiencing this divine metaphysical energy of the earth, Kundalini, right? The first phase, the lover's card, is the phase of physical union between the perceived opposites. The second phase is the phase of perceived separation, right? In which the lovers are no longer physically united. And the third phase, which ancient cultures who, again, worked with Kundalini very much understood, was represented by the magician card. Okay, that is when the lover is invited, again, rather than perceiving that energy only comes from outside of myself, the lover is invited to take the energetic charge which built up during the phase of separation, to draw that energy within, to go inwards, in order to reconnect with the divine, in order to be in your magician energy, in order to recognize that by drawing that energy in, I activate my powers to manifest. Okay? So, Kundalini energy, again, like I said, I feel is the correlate for what is a true twin flame connection. And on a side note, I always feel that it's a spiritual test, because there's an aspect of taboo. I always feel there's some type of taboo aspect to a true twin flame connection. And that's why it can be heartbreaking and challenging for people. Either, when you think about it, when you actually in your day-to-day life, right, so many people are in toxic codependent relationships of convenience. Do you think, how many married people do you look at and you're like, wow, they're actually really in love, I can feel it. Everyone's so concerned with proving to others, by showing others that we're actually in love with the person that we have attached ourselves to physically, right? But when you actually feel in your day-to-day life that, what they call like love at first sight, that like magnetic attraction to someone, it's always inconvenient. It's always a situation where it's taboo in some way. The other person's married. The other person's already in a relationship. There's an age difference. Fun fact, I learned from a numerologist I did a session with that a sign that you're in a twin flame connection is that there's a 9-year age gap. It can also be taboo because I think a lot of people experience actually the twin flame relationship via a same-sex relationship. And it's something that is not talked about because it's what? Taboo. It's challenging when you meet someone of the same sex or someone of the perceived gender that you're not normally attracted to suddenly feel a deep connection with. And most people will not pursue it because of fear, because of shame, because of it's taboo. Okay? And I think that is the true nature of the twin flame connection. It's not all roses, cotton candy, and butterflies. It's something that is a deep archetypal soul lesson that other person represents in your journey of soul growth. Like you have to, like I said, relearn that spiritual lesson in order to get to the next level. That person has not come into your reality in order to, have the perfect wedding. That person has not come into your reality in order to necessarily procreate with. That person has come into your reality in order to help you get to the next level. And soul growth, there's an amazing book that I read recently by Thomas More called Care of the Soul. Okay? And this book, I'm holding it in my hands right now just to feel into its energy. Thomas More is an amazing writer, and he was saying soul, when you're actually talking about what is soul, a soulmate, right? Soul exists in the nitty-gritty underworld. Soul exists in psychoses, soul exists in addictions, soul exists in obsessions. Like when you meet your twin flame, like they're going to make you cry, probably. You're going to be like, why does this person not want to be around me all the time? Because I feel obsessed with this person. Like soul exists, those connections exist in the shadows often. Like I said, when things are taboo. Okay? And so there's just massive misunderstandings that I wanted to really clear up about what is the true nature of the twin flame connection. Okay? But like I said earlier, hopefully, ultimately, you understand that if you have actually had a true twin flame experience, usually it involves heartbreak. Some type of deep heartbreak. Okay? And there is a sacred Japanese art form, the name's escaping me, unfortunately, of when a vase breaks in this art form, when it's shattered, it's actually considered more valuable once they put it back together. And that's a beautiful, profound lesson that I think can help us understand what this twin flame energy is. Because so many people feel like they're in separation from their twin flame. They're like, why am I in separation right now? Why am I going through these heartbreaking emotions? I feel like I have been physically shattered into pieces. Well, it's because there's nothing more powerful than a human being who has built themselves back up from nothing, who has been shattered and has somehow pieced together back the pieces of their soul. It's also an archetypal psychology called psychosynthesis. You're resynthesizing the shattered pieces, and it will make you stronger. That twin flame, that difficult experience. Again, a true twin flame, it's not going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? That person is giving you some type of lesson, some type of knowledge, right? That, wow, Had I not gone through that experience, I wouldn't know what I know now, and that's so valuable to me on my soul journey, soul expansion, the fool's journey as it is represented in tarot, the road of individuation, as Carl Jung called it. Had I not known that wisdom that I gained from this lesson, right, I wouldn't have gotten to this next level. So that is just what I feel is so important to clear up, is that ultimately you are your own twin flame. Ultimately, you are incarnating on Earth. Earth is a school. Earth is an energetic school. All the great wisdom traditions from the ancient cultures that we have access to still talk about this. Okay, this concept. And we are incarnating here as souls in order to learn about energy, in order to learn about the energetic laws of the universe. So your twin flame, you are your own twin flame at the end of the day, because you have to learn that you as a human being, right here, right now, in this moment, are capable of going into the inner space, of going within, and understanding that ultimate happiness, ultimate contentment can never come from an outside source. It can never come from another person. Ultimate happiness comes when you find peace and balance within the self. And what does balance mean? It means balancing your yin and your yang, your masculine, your feminine, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? That is what is going to bring you happiness. And I just feel it's really important as a tarot reader who offers twin flame tarot readings online. My intention with those twin flame readings is not to make people thirsty or lonely or feeling they need to manifest a new twin flame connection like that in order to be happy. No. Right? My intention is, like I always say, to plant a seed in their consciousness to hopefully make them curious about the relationship with the capital S self and realize that I am ultimately responsible for my own happiness. Okay? No one else is going to affect that. And that's why I think it's laughable. It's just ridiculous. These twin flame YouTube channels that are trying to convince people they're the happiest, most perfect couple, when a true twin flame, like I said, is probably going to break your heart, girl. Because you got to be shattered sometimes in order to know that you have the strength to move on the journey of soul expansion. And that is how I will end this Word Vomit vlog. If you tuned in all the way to the end, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, and I hope that this offered some insight and also just opens up, again, a dialogue, an important conversation about it's just interesting, the workings of the soul, the science of the soul, the science of transmigration of the souls that is represented in the Wheel of Fortune card of the tarot. Like, how does this stuff really work? You know, because there are patterns, there are laws, and do you think some 20-somethings who are making twin flame YouTube channels about their toxic codependent relationship have any level of awareness about the transmigration of the soul? I don't even need to answer that. And again, my intention is never to be critical. It's not to criticize humans. We're all in the same boat here on this planet. We're all in the same boat, as Bob Marley said. And we're all at different levels on our soul journey. But I just think, like I said, my friend who watched one of my twin flame tarot readings who did not have awareness about what a twin flame is. I think when people YouTube twin flame, there's a lot of bullshit out there, right? That can be very confusing if you're actually experiencing a twin flame connection. Because like I said, when you are actually experiencing that real deal twin flame energy, right? It's not like I said a picture perfect Instagram couple by any means. So thank you again, like I said, for tuning in. My name is Treille. This channel is Experiential Energy Anatomy. And check out my channel to check out those twin flame readings in order to see that hopefully I do practice what I preach. And I hope that you have a beautiful high vibe day. Mwah.